Hi, this is Christy with Cosmetologist Life. I hope everyone is doing well today. We're going to talk about 7 hairstylist side hustles that we can do to make some extra money. Now, this is not something that we're going to be doing during this lockdown. However, once the lockdown is done, we can be preparing for that ahead of time so we can make some extra money next month and catch up with some things that we may have become behind on. Okay, great. So, not only are these side hustles fun, but they're also very inexpensive to start, and most of them you'll be able to start working on immediately and implicating as soon as the lockdown's up. All right, but at least we'll have time to think about it and think about which direction we're going to go in. So let's get started. Number 1 is kids beauty shop parties or children's spa parties. You get the gist of it. These are something that you can do on the weekend if you've got time out of the salon to do that. It's not very expensive to get started at all. In fact, you can get most of your supplies at the dollar store, like brushes and combs and hand mirrors and the little plastic things, little dividers that you can put all your stuff in, and some brushes and things that little girls can do. Now, if you want to plop down a little bit more money, make it a little fancier, you could get some robes that have your business name embroidered on them, or get some of your those little sleepy eye patches with your logo put on them, something like that, maybe some business cards. But the bottom line is that your startup investment is not that much. Now let's talk about how much can I make from doing a kids beauty shop party. The average that people are charging for this is about $30 per child. So even if you had a small party of 6 kids, that's $180. And if you had 10 of them, then you're looking at $300. Now, this is something that you're not going to be able to do completely on your own. You do need a helper at the parties. Of course, mom can help, but you need to bring your own little helper. And I would suggest not going into anything expensive like a partner, but maybe just hiring a teenage relative or another teenage girl to come along and help you and pay her something like $20 an hour. And that's not going to cut big into your profits at all. But you can go ahead and start researching that and looking into, see if that's something that you might want to do as a side hustle. Number 2 on our side hustle list is one of my absolute favorites, and that's going to be a daddy-daughter hair class, where we teach daddy how to do his little girl's hair. Now, daddies don't know basics. Like, if you were to ask them to take a comb and part their little girl's hair, that might be a problem. If you were to ask dad to get this big fat rat's nest out of the back of his daughter's head, that might be a problem. So what you're going to do with daddy-daughter class is teach your dad the basics. He's going to learn how to brush the hair of his little girl without making her cry, how to get rat's nest out without making her cry, how to properly brush the hair, how to get rid of frizzies, how to gather the hair up, how to secure it in a ponytail holder. And the only thing that's lacking here is your creativity. You can go in any direction you want to with this. In fact, I was thinking of doing little contests to make it fun all throughout the class. And I'm talking about like a 2-hour workshop here. So we might do something in the very beginning like, okay, dads, it doesn't matter where you are in skill level. It doesn't matter at all, but we need to figure out where you are so we know how to start. So I'm going to ask all the daddies to please put your little girl's hair in pigtails, and let's see how we are. So after they all do that, then you can go around and judge them and say, okay, we're going to give the award for the best pigtails to this daddy, or the most needs improvement award to such and such. And at the end of the class, you can give out an award for most improved, or best braid or something like that. This is a great photo op for them. So if you had some sort of screen there for your photos, that would be good. Some kind of branding screen for you. That's going to cost a little bit more money. But you can go into this with very minimal investment. Like I talked about before, you can do the dollar store for your combs and brushes and ponytail holders and all those little things. Now, you can get these groups of dads at all kinds of places, apartment complexes. You could do it in the clubhouse at a apartment complex. You can go through HOAs, homeowners associations, and offer the class for their neighborhood. Community centers, You can advertise at gyms, your local meetup or event. There's all kinds of ways to find your groups, and there should not be any shortage of groups for this. So how much money can you make doing these? Well, I did the research, and it looks like the average that is being charged in the marketplace is $50 per daddy-daughter. So let's do the math on that, which is a little bit better than the kids' parties. So if we've got just 6 couples, you're looking at a $300 take for that particular workshop. But I like to think that we can do a little better than that. So let's say we did 10. We've got 10 daddy-daughter setups. That's $500. And like I said before, I would do the same thing, and I would get a teen girl or two to help assist me with this. The next idea is what I call number 2.5, and that is mommy-daughter braiding class. Now, mommies are going to be a little more advanced than the dads. They're going to know how to brush and part and put hair in ponytail holders. So what you would want to do there is teach more complicated braiding for them. Now, this is something to consider. This is not so much about a hair class, but about a real bonding experience for the parent and the child. So it's a wonderful opportunity to build memories for them. And I think that that's a very rewarding thing for you. One of the additional revenue streams that you can get from this particular side hustle is that you have the opportunity to sell professional products here. Have you heard of a new product line called Glop and Glam? They haven't been around very long. I want to say a couple of years maybe. They sell them at Cosmoprof, and it is a product line for kids. And they have wonderful fragrances like lemonade, strawberry kiwi, that kind of thing. But they've got all the things that you need, the styling paste, the gel, the shampoos, and they do have detangler. So that would be something that you could make some extra money with, is to carry some of the Glop and Glam at your workshops. So using the comments below and using your creativity, let's hear some of your genius ideas about names that you might call your daddy-daughter workshops. Our number 3 side hustle is start a YouTube channel about hair. So any particular passion that you have, let's say that your passion was color. I'm going to recommend that you really niche down when we're talking about a YouTube hair channel, because it's very competitive in the beauty market. But the more you specialize, the better chance you have of getting found. So let's say you did love doing color. You could do something like specializing in bombshell blondes. Make your channel all about bombshell blondes, or all about rockin' redheads. Or you could even pick a brand that you like, Paul Mitchell, Redken, Joico, anything, and do videos all around their products, which would be pretty interesting for licensed hairstylists, I might say. The cost for getting started with YouTube is nada. I'm assuming you have a phone. You're watching this video right now, so you've got some sort of device. All you have to do is point it and make your video and post it, and bam, you've got a YouTube channel. You can make money various ways on YouTube. Of course, you can make it through the ads. You can get sponsorships down the road. You can sell your own merchandise. But I will say that this is something that you're not going to be able to do and monetize overnight. YouTube says that you have to have X amount of subscribers. I think it's like 1,000 subscribers before they give you permission to monetize your channel. So that's something that you're going to have to put a lot of work and investment into and play the long game with that. You're not going to see money in your pocket next month, but if you are interested and have a real knack for being on video, that's something that you could build over time for yourself. Number 4, start a web business, which is something that I have done. That is what cosmetologistlife.com is. You can write ebooks. You can sell t-shirts through, I use Shopify and a company called Printful. It's drop ship only, so I make more money off of it than I would Cafe Press. You can be an affiliate for other companies. So there's quite a few ways that you can make money from your web business. The investment of that, you're going to have a domain name. You're going to have web hosting. So that's not much, though. Let's say $50 total to get started. Believe me, you'll always find something else to spend money on to contribute to that. But as far as the money that you're going to see from that, there's no way to tell you that. You could not make any money whatsoever. You put Google AdSense on there, make a few dollars a month, up to thousands and thousands of dollars a month, depending on what kind of product, how popular it is, how much in demand it is. So that's going to be another big time investment on your part that is going to be playing the long game and not money in your pocket next month. But it is a good thing to invest in yourself when that one day comes that you want to get out of the salon. Number 5, and I really think you're going to like this one. Turn a corner of your home into your own blowout bar. What do you need for this? A chair, a mirror, and your tools. So let's say, for example, you do this on Friday and Saturday night, which is typically date night. Okay, you spread the word around your neighborhood on the neighborhood app, and that is called Next Door, I think. I've got it on in my neighborhood. It's wonderful when people are selling things or they see bad kids up and down the street or whatever. This would be a really great place to advertise that because you're in their neighborhood. Okay, so we do blowouts for date night. It's anywhere from $35 to $45, depending on you, how much you want to charge, what you feel comfortable doing, plus tip. So let's say you only do 2 a weekend. You're looking at about $100 per week, $400 a month, or $5,000 additional income a year, which sounds like to me a cruise, a really good cruise, a European vacation. Yeah, just something really good like that for having your own blowout bar in your home. Now, the reason I like this one so much, because you can cut hair in your home. Yes, you can. You can do weave in your home. Yes, you can. You can do color in your home. Yes, you can. I don't highly recommend that, though. It is a hot mess. You got to deal with the color. You got to deal with it being in your house. You're going to drip. It's just a hot mess. You don't have all of the facilities that you do at the salon. Plus, you got to do all the cleanup afterwards off the floor and everything like that. However, a blowout bar, how easy is that? You just sit them down in any old chair and just $50. That's what I'm talking about. So get your money on. That's easy. They come in with wet hair and they leave a beauty for their date, and they are oh so happy. And you can even give them a glass of wine in your house, and they're even happier. Number 6. Being a mobile hairstylist for people that are housebound. Think of all the elderly people that can't get out. They've been sick. They're on oxygen. People with autism. Just people that have a hard time getting out. Now, I'm not talking about Corona time. I'm talking about normal times, okay, when it is safe. But you can sign up on there's an app called Thumbtack, where it is for professionals of all type to post their services and their rates, and people can look you up there. I also recommend Stylist. If you don't know anything about Stylist, as a professional hairstylist, you need to go check that out right now. I'll make another video at some time all about Stylist and I'll tell you why you're silly if you're not on it. But what you would need is basically you've got everything you need, your tools, right? There shouldn't be much else than that. And for the most part, you set your own prices. I would not get in my car for under $40 though. So I would definitely start at that. And how much money you can make, that just depends on how much you're willing to go around and all that. But it is a very easy and a kind side hustle. Is something that you can really feel good about and put some extra money in your pocket. And we come to number 7, which is a freelance team stylist. I'm talking about being the official hairstylist to the such and such high school cheerleading squad, or the volleyball team, or the gymnastics studio that's down the street. Any of these girls that are competitive or go into events as a group, it is really nice if they could all go with the exact same hairstyle. So you could either go in as the hairstylist. Let's say you're just going to do the braids for them before they go to a competition. You've got 10 girls on a gymnastics team. You go in, you do the quick braids on these girls, $20 a pop, and you got $200 in your pocket, and it probably didn't take you that long. Or you can go the education route where you teach the mothers or the fathers of the girls how to do their hair the way that the coach wants it. So let's say you give them a sheet that's got like 6 different type of braids on there. Braids that are easy for you to do, by the way. Don't pick anything that's like super hard to do, but something that would be relatively easy. You say, okay, here are the 6 basic ones. You would be giving these out to the families and say on, this is our schedule for the year. On these days, we're doing this one. On these days, we're doing braid number 3. And then you have the class that teaches the parents how to do all of the braids. So that's kind of like a mommy-daughter or daddy-daughter thing, but it's got a different skew to it. See what I'm saying? Okay, so how much money could you make doing that? I would say if you were going to go in and do a braid on a cheerleading team that has a game that night, if they all are like blonde teenage girls with hair down to their butt, you know, maybe $15 per braid. But, you know, we could go 20. It might go $20 per braid. And then you do it for the whole team, and there you go. Money in your pocket. So at $20 a braid, and you've got 10 girls, that's 200. So let's say that you just did 2 of those a month. 2 teams, 1 gymnastic, 1 volleyball. Okay, and they wanted to do something special, so you come in and you do braids for all the girls. That's $400 a month, extra money, which is $5,000 a year in additional income. So let's wrap it up now. All these are great side hustles. You know, you're going to make some extra money, but you put a couple of them together and you may have a business. So let's think if you had the daddy-daughter, the mommy-daughter, the kids' parties, and the team braid stylist, you've got yourself a full-time business right there. Or you could do the YouTube and the website, which is what I do. Or you could do the mobile hairstylist, or you could do the home blowout bar and the mobile stylist. Throw in one more and you've got yourself a business. So these are things that in dark times we can. You remember when we were in cosmetology school and they said, as a licensed cosmetologist, you should never go hungry because you've got skills that will last you a lifetime. I hope that you found this really interesting. If you did, hit the subscribe button, ring my bell, and let me know in the comments below anything that you would like more information on so that I can do some more videos in that area, okay? Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.